All right. Looks like we are good. I am just going to gab this out. I need a better image. Kurt Cobain's on, guys. Come on in. Kurt Cobain. Tequila. El Capitan. Whatever you want. Oh, shoot. That reminds me. I should respond to Paul. Paul tweeted me. Facebook. Oh, come on, Paul. All right. Let's see. Thanks. Oh, thankful Thursdays, guys, gals. Much appreciated to everybody who sticks with me through thick and thin, especially through thick, because thin, you can't have thin skin, be out talking to other people in public and letting anyone in to come in and talk, whether it's something that people who are watching and listening in are going to disagree with, people who come in want to talk about stuff that I disagree with. It doesn't matter. We're going to disagree on stuff. That's what life's all about. Okay, let's see. Grab that. Now I kind of wanted to do some training and tutorials on Steemit along with DTube and DLive. The problem is I have issues with connecting to DTube right now, so that won't really help very much. Thankful Thursdays 2/08/2018. This shouldn't be a very long session because, hey, Shirley, how's it going? Are you sober yet? I mean, are you still celebrating? What, it's not very often that the Eagles win, And you know what? First one in, I gotta thank you, Shirley, for being here, coming in all the time, checking out whatever we're saying. You're always there most of the time. You even have, I think you have it harder because my wife at least is detached. She doesn't really watch corporate mainstream media. So I don't have to deal with that. Your husband, watching Rachel Maddow and all that. Yeah, I think that's a lot tougher. Hi, Rainbow. How's it going? Rainbow, thank you for coming in and watching. You guys could be watching. Oh, it is a little bit late, 10:40. You guys could be watching other shows. You guys be doing something else. You guys come in here. Hey, Kathy B, how's it going? And you guys are here. Thank you, Kathy B. And it's not like we really talk about really crazy stuff. Nothing exciting. I mean, you could be. I don't know what you guys are really into. I just like watching like conspiracy theory things, people with different viewpoints, people who just have different thought process, and I really respect that. What they do, it's easy to have the normal talking points be the same as everybody else. It's tough to be different and stand on that difference and have some solid ground, have some solid footing. Rubbing it in now, huh? Shirley. Hey, Zox, how's it going? Oh, yeah, stock market. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Thank you, guys. Again, Matt, thank you, Zox. Zox has always been around, still with that same Jill Stein icon, too. I don't think you're ever getting rid of that icon, are you? I know I forgot a couple of people last week. JB, the surrealist. I used to watch his stuff and I didn't thank him. He keeps going at it. I'm going to keep going at it. People are going to try to shut me up. People are going to try to say, you know what? I'm not going to come on and talk because reasons. But you know what? I respect anyone's decision on not wanting to come on. It could be through whatever reason. It doesn't matter. But that's not going to stop me from talking. That's not going to stop me from keep continuing on talking about different topics, talking about things that other people aren't talking about. And of course, everyone's here mostly because they want to hear what people are talking about, not just what everyone else is just always talking about. So hopefully we can do that and talk about things that people should be talking about and no one is. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Dave is, uh, thank you, Dave, for always being around. He's got a weird schedule. I don't understand his schedule, but when he's on, I'm on, checking whatever he's saying out. Okay, hush. What? All right. And Eric is always retweeting. He is the retweeter in chief. Seriously, I don't know how he's going to do it with Gab and Twitter. I mean, he he could probably be on like 5, 6 different types of platforms just retweeting, and you he'd be happy with it. That's pretty awesome. Hey, Copter, how's it going? Thank you, Copter, as well. Man, I didn't know there were so many people. All I'm doing is thanking people. Nothing exciting. I mean, I guess it is exciting to be thanked. Not many people get thanked very often if you kind of think about it. Bob TV, Robert. I forgot him. I got to thank him. He keeps going on with his stuff too. People are just speaking out, and that's very, very awesome because, and it's just not speaking out because Donald Trump's president. They're speaking about Hillary Clinton. They're speaking out against war. They're speaking out against uh, Illuminati, occultism, Luciferians. They're speaking out about crony capitalism. They're speaking out about election rigging. They're speaking about everything, and that's awesome. They're speaking about Citizens United. They're speaking out about wow, I was going well for a second there. They're speaking out about issues, legislation, bad legislation. They're speaking about liars in politics, hypocrites. I mean, it's refreshing to see just ordinary people just start talking about it. Everyone's kind of so shut in. You look outside, you walk around, a lot of people is just kind of they're dialed into their phone. I'm dialed into my phone too. No smiles, no good mornings, no hellos, no small talk, no talking about issues that kind of matter, how it's affecting people, issues about, I don't know, whatever it is that's on your mind. It's just nice to be able to talk with people and about stuff that we're interested in talking about because we don't feel like being silenced is the way to live your life. And if we are a free country, if we are free citizens, then we shouldn't be hampered not by any type of platform that runs in the United States, not by anyone who just disagrees with what we say, anyone who disagrees with the way that we do things ourselves. If you want to do things your way, you have your own platform to do it on. And I'm also here to help. I do training videos. I do tutorials. You need to figure out how to do things. Just come in, ask. I'll show you how. It's pretty easy. There's tutorials out there yourself on YouTube, probably even on YouTube now. And there's almost no excuse to not being able to do it. So if you're just wanting to just say, this guy, he's never going to go anywhere. He's not going to get anything accomplished. Well, wait and see. People have said that to me all my life. I'm here now. You guys are watching. I mean, I'm doing something and people are here. So I must be doing something right. And it'll be interesting couple of weeks to think about it. At least a week from now, I'll be in Columbus, Nebraska. I'll probably be checking out different areas there, new fishing spots, new fishing holes, looking at houses. A lot of there's a lot of foreclosures over there, but I think things are picking up. The drive there is pretty bleak. I guess there's really nothing great to see on the drive there. Just a lot of trees, but that's also nice. Once you get to Midwest, everything's kind of flat. So that's kind of That's kind of that. It'll be fun because I feel like even though it's just kind of middle of nowhere, open country, there's no woods, big wilderness. There might be like a couple, an hour or two, uh, either way that I drive, maybe on a weekend or something. I'll just try out different little fishing holes, try out different little spots that are like maybe state parks or just local woods or something that's just public. I feel like I like to just explore, and that's kind of what I like to do. Explore and just see what's out there because it's kind of it feels like when I watch Dances with Wolves, I kind of want that feeling, the last frontier before it's gone, and um, it seems to be like that. It seems like every public place is kind of closed off unless it's some type of park. So if it's just an unexplored area, some landowner has rights to it and they don't want trespassers and things like that. Even though there's no one doing anything on that piece of property, you just can't walk there. You can't even look at it almost. They're like, hey, what are you doing? It's doesn't seem like a free country to me, or at least a free attitude, or the attitude of a free country. Hey, Fly, how's it going? Fly, thank you. James Mantalk, thank you for all that you guys do. It doesn't even have to be with anything with helping me out. You guys are helping other people out who are trying to do things to help the world, help not just the world, just a fight on some type of issue, and that's time away from what you could be doing, enjoying things that you like to do, your own hobbies. I know I'd like to just play video games, but now I think you guys are in the same boat as I am. You guys are kind of woken up to the system and all the things going on, and you're like, right, I just can't plug myself back in. I can't. It's hard. Um, Otherwise, I just probably just quit. But I'm not. I don't quit very easily, especially when I'm spited. I'm not sure if it's called spite, but someone wrongs me or someone tells me you can't do that. I just kind of dig my heels in and I keep doing it, and I keep doing it harder and smarter and uh, better. I hope. Um, Imagine me doing this full time, the things I could do, especially for a short while, not just this, but just the projects that I wanted to do. It's that total freedom that not many people get a chance to do. And it's not like it's like a roadblock. Like if I fail, that's it. I've got nothing left. I've got enough experience. I could just take any job that's out there, technology related, 3 month contract, get enough money to survive the whole year, save up, and just do what I want for 9 months. If money's not even an issue, but of course, it might be. My wife wants to. Oh, hey, how's it going, Eric? How are you doing, Eric? You're still configuring stuff.
Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
good. It feels good to thank people. Uh, you should try it. I mean, I know you thank a lot of people anyways, but it does feel good. Thankful Thursdays. Let's focus on thanking people. I think. You probably thank your mom. Have you thanked your mom for all the
Oh,
stuff
of
she
course.
does?
Yes, I do. I greatly appreciate everything that my mother has done for me. And plus we went out to dinner tonight.
Awesome. What'd you guys do? What'd you guys go?
We went to a like a little small little restaurant slash bakery right around the corner.
Yes. Was it like a local or is it like a chain?
Um, it's more like I don't really see like many like chains of it,
Hmm.
but there are a couple like little restaurants here and there of the same name.
Yeah.
But I have to say they do make very very good food and very very good desserts.
Yeah.
I went home with a cake and I went home with a cake.
Awesome. Yeah, I just bought a bunch of cupcakes because my daughter's last day is tomorrow. So, kind of like a going away little party for her
Yeah.
pre-K. Um, Wants ding dong. What? Yeah. Ding dong is okay with me, Dave. Uh, let's see. Oh, and it's good to kind of wind down. I feel like the beginning of the week, Mondays, you're just kind of whatever it is that people do on the weekend, relax, go on a little mini vacation or staycation or just kind of zone out. Mondays is back to work day typically. Tuesdays, same thing. Wednesdays, hump day. It just seems like all the news just boils down. You can't really just kind of unwind because you got so much stuff going through your head. It's great to not be connected, I guess you could say. What was it like watching cable and all this other stuff? Like I don't even watch it anymore. Um,
Good. I don't too because like I have a you know what with me I have other stuff to do. There's no time for cable for me.
yeah, and I know you follow a lot of indie media. I mean, I've kind of started resubscribing, see what people are doing, what they're talking about. A lot of it's still the same coverage of mainstream media, and then their take on it. Of course, they're commentators; they're going to do that. Um, and I think it's necessary. It gets people to see a different perspective, and that perspective is always needed because we can't just keep having groupthink after groupthink after groupthink and no individuality.
Break apart the group think and actually have like independent thinking. Everyone
Mhm,
has their own. I mean, yeah, we can all agree and disagree or agree to disagree on issues, and that's
mhm.
fine. And
Yeah,
that's actually opens up for discussion and debate.
yep. And it also gets us thinking to, you know what? I can't think of a legitimate reason to be against what you're doing. Why am I against it? Sometimes
Yeah.
you kind of have to step back and go, yeah, okay. Like,
Yeah, like if there's something I do disagree with, I'll do the research whether or not I'm right or wrong before
mhm,
I have to make that true assessment myself.
yeah.
Because like, you just really have to think about it these days. You just really have to think about it before you really truly say something. It's like, the quick response is like, "Oh, this is like
Actually,
or
I make quick responses. I don't care. I think,
but like with me, like it depends what kind of the quick response and like what
oh,
kind of context.
well, if you're wearing that MAGA hat, yeah, you might want to think about it a little bit. Oh, did you wear it? Oh, did you? You probably showed your mom, right? What did she think about it?
Oh, I haven't
Oh,
like I haven't shown my mom yet, but I will.
oh, you got to, dude. You know what you got to do? You got to like film it just to see her reaction and see what she thinks. Or she'd be like, "Take that off, Eric," or she'd be like,
No, like
"Yay!"
she voted for Trump.
Yeah. Did she have any like um things that she doesn't like about what Trump's doing, or is she pretty much
um,
on board?
she's like on board, with like against like fake news and stuff,
Hmm.
like everyone is.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I hope it ends because it's just ridiculous. I remember those days where it's just kind of nice to pick up a newspaper and go, ah, so that's what's going on. But now it's like now you just can't really trust anything. Dave, what's going on? Dave is online.
Hello.
He's not walking around in his house with his unkempt hair. Dave, what's going on? I think he's trying to get ready. Uh, oh my goodness, Matt Monroe is also on. How's it going, Matt?
Hi.
Hey guys,
Hey, Matt, what's going on?
not much. Just seeing what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, we're just thanking people, I guess. Uh, and I got to thank my wife a little bit more often. She does a lot of stuff, and she's she's sleeping now. So, but yeah, you just gotta stop every once in a while and just kind of take a step back and just appreciate what you have right now, how you've gotten here. Um, I mean, if you think back to like some of your worst days, man, people have some horrible days in their past, and just think about how it's not those days anymore. And,
Yeah.
and all we're fighting for is to make sure those days don't happen again, right? And for that to happen, we just have to learn from our mistakes, learn from other mistakes, other
Yeah.
people's mistakes.
One thing I'd like to see, honestly, is I just want to try to afford my kids at least as much liberty as I had.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So we're not going backwards with what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
if we can stalemate, I think that's a good day.
Yeah, as long as we're not going backwards and making things worse. I mean,
Yeah, I have no kids, so my main thing is now that I know people are lying to us, now I just want people to realize that the people in power are lying to them, and to give those people a finger, and to fight back, and say, look, we're not gonna let you lie to us anymore. We want what we want.
all right.
And we want a populist candidate that's actually going to give us what we have been asking for the past 40 years.
Yep.
That's what I'm looking at now. I had a pretty shitty day yesterday, but here's the thing: my crappy days are nowhere near as bad as some other people's crappy days, and I want to help those people out as well. The disaffected, the people who can't afford medication. I mean, yeah, woe is me. I have a condition, but I can afford the medication. I can get the medication. I can treat myself. But what about the people who are homeless that are, that have issues? What about, people who were veterans, or, even people who are working who are homeless? People don't realize how many working homeless there are also. So I want to help those people out if possible. And by the way, thank you as well. Thank you for keeping me as part of the group. Thank you for helping, develop what was already my opinions, but I just needed to kind of form them. And it's cool to have a group.
Yeah.
So, and help me realize who the contributors were and who the non-contributors were, and to move forward. Because my goal, honestly, is to have at least one internet media person per state that I can go, hey, I think this candidate is pretty cool. Can you, they're in your state, they're in Wyoming, they're in Louisiana. Get Average Joe to interview this person in Louisiana, or Stevie in West Virginia, or, even Holly in Maine, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing.
And that's
so
a great
thanks
idea.
thanks for continuing this. Yep.
No problem. I'm gonna keep going. Anyone that wants to be a part of it, you guys, we're pretty much an open arms group. Just try to limit the infighting if there is any, for any reason, which is kind of petty if you think about it. Our sites are big, right? So just like I said way early on, try not to make it personal. We get bigger fish to fry. The higher up billionaire, millionaire oligarchy, the two-finger salute. This is for them. Right?
The oligarch system.
Yeah.
Oh, even better.
You realize sometimes that you have been directed by trolls to be pissed off at somebody inside the group. So, I'll just throw that out. So,
okay.
Thank you for helping me with that as well. It's okay to be passionate, and it's okay to get pissed off, but just direct your anger in the proper direction.
Yeah. And it's everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes. I'll own up to it. I'll apologize. But you know what? I won't know unless people tell me. So if something happens,
right,
tell me. Show it to me. Show me the proof. I'll call people out if it needs to happen. But that's why.
No, I think that's already happened. I think everybody pretty much knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So if there needs to be call outs, I'm sure people are pretty damn aware of what the hell's going on at this point. And there's no reason for me to leave or whatever. I mean, I know a couple of people have left, but hey, if you're going to leave, know that we're here to back you up and support you as long as you're doing something positive and as long as you're moving in a positive direction and not looking to tear somebody else down. That's all. That's it.
I agree with that,
you know?
Dave.
Yep. So,
because everyone
fight the
has
power.
Yeah, that exactly. I mean, if their strategy is divide and conquer and it's working, we're not doing it right. We're not fighting them. We're not fighting against them correctly. Because
Right.
if their strategy is working against us, whatever we do isn't going to work against them. So, divide and conquer. Let's not get divided. Let's not get conquered. Otherwise, we got a standing chance, fighting chance.
Right. And, you know, some people may not care for my personality or whatever, but, you know, just look at what I'm doing. And if you have a critique, let me know and I'll look at it and I'll make the appropriate changes if I feel like it's, you know, it's appropriate. And I give credit to where credit is due too.
If someone doesn't really like your personality or something, but they might like your policy or your ideas, maybe you could direct them to maybe writing that you've done. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's their.
Well,
because that, you know, like people. One of the things that Susie 3D had said about H.A. Goodman was, you know, whether you like his video content or not, you know, he also has his writing content where he, you know, that his writing's brilliant. And, you know, so there are definitely levels at which you can work with people on, you know.
My only critique of H.A. was that he was banging on the Seth Rich drum a little too hard at one point. But you know what? At least he was producing content and he was looking at stuff.
I mean, you know, if you know what people say is true, I mean, I don't know how hard you should bang on, you know, whether an innocent person's murdered in America or not. But I mean, you know, that's one of the things. What I like to see is that H.A. Goodman sticks to his guns and will follow through. And that's a big thing that, you know, it's hard to find people who are going to keep on the same thing day in and day out just to make sure that we're following through with the same task.
Well, one thing that I really respected about H.A. is that he was interviewing this guy Webb for a long time, and then he apologized and he admitted that he was wrong with this guy. So, you know, everybody makes mistakes. As long as you look at it and say, you know what, you're right, I was wrong. And people, and Matt, you weren't around like last year when stuff happened, so people know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to like rehash everything, but you know, there were some things I was wrong about, and that's, you know, and I appreciate people for giving me the chance to grow. Now, I think that I was fighting for the right thing, and I was defending somebody, but so what? It doesn't matter. That stuff is, that whole in-house stuff. It's as Evan said, it's small potatoes, and we have to deal with that stuff in-house,
right?
And we have.
Yep. And who knows? It's things change. I mean, we know that's just a process of life. But it's also a small world. We're gonna bump into each other again, I'm pretty sure, whether we're planning to or not, or you know, someone has an idea is like, hey, you know what? These guys have grown. Let's see if I could get back on and talk. And we're you know, hopefully we don't change into these like censorship Nazis or whatever you call them, SJW.
The censorship,
whichever side.
The censorship
Police.
the censorship police, moral authoritarians that think they know everything but they really don't.
Yeah.
because they're so dependent upon the corporate media that, you know, brainwashes them with this propaganda culture, which they shouldn't even be, you know, watching in the first place. I mean, with other people, like, to have like a better analysis and actually give a better context to actually what's actually the real serious issues, not like the, you know, not like, you know, the quote unquote independent, like, you know, the higher ups that, you know, have the same mainstream media talking points that, you know, that they keep lecturing and pontificating, like, you know,
Right.
like, this and that, and, you know, why can't they focus on actual real issues opposed to, like, to this like nonsensical distraction of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Well,
why, you know, I'm very critical. That's why I'm like way too critical when it comes upon that. And plus, you know, we do, like, with independent media, we have something beautiful that we could actually get out real issues opposed to the silly shit. Honestly, that's why I criticize the people who I criticize in the first place, and that's why,
Right.
you know, I always stick to my guns when I criticize them, or, you know, make a joke about them or anything like that. and plus, you know, I like doing that. And plus, I like to support the people who actually, you know, actually do something, and actually, you know, something that's actually worth sharing, opposed to, you know, oh, I'm gonna, you know, keep lecturing nonsense and not get anything done, when, you know, when there's like war, homelessness, hunger, problems,
Right.
You know, real structural issues, not the silly shit. I mean, I'm actually glad that people criticize, you know, the silly shit, because it is silly.
Yeah.
And
well, the latest thing, and I'm going to have to go after this, but the latest thing is this push for North Korea to dismantle their nuclear weapons. You know what? If we think they're so bad, why don't we set the example? I just think that when you take a look at all of the polls and how many people are actually scared of the United States and thinks that the United States are the aggressors, and they are right.
Yeah.
Who are we to tell any other country to dismantle their nuclear weapons?
Yeah.
And this is on both sides of the aisle. This is Mike Pence. He just started that, and Tulsi Gabbard. So you want to set an example? Start scaling down your nuclear program. I mean, if the nuclear weapons go off, we're gone anyway. So what the hell does it mean? It's just a bully tactic. And who are we to tell other people, you know, to lay down their arms when we're the biggest armed country on the planet? Yeah. So with that note, thank you. Thank you for letting me have a voice, and good night. And I dropped my mic, but I got to go.
Right. Thank you, Dave. Have a good night.
Dave.
You too, man.
Peace. Dave.
Yeah. As long as I'm breathing, you guys are gonna have a voice. Anybody. That's my thing. That's
thank you again,
why we have this country, right? I mean, I was born in this country. I got lucky enough to be born in this country. I'm gonna fight for this country. Not just the people that are foreign, but definitely the people who are domestic that are against it. There's no reason.
I think that's exactly what our founding fathers were talking about when they were even talking about fighting for their country.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lot closer to home, where they're like, that's what I would do for my neighbor. You know what I mean? Like, that's when they were, because there was some kind of quote, I don't know if it was Thomas Jefferson, but it was something like, God, it was, I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
But it was something along the lines of, I have but one life to give for my country, and then you couple that together with
I thought that was JFK.
Someone. I'm just saying that it was. Let me see. Virginia, sir, is my country. It was about the sovereignty of states. He was saying that Virginia was his country and that it was sovereign, and basically that the republic could go to hell because that's where sovereignty lies is with the people, down with the people. And then
Yep.
everything grew up ever since the Civil War. Then it became the United States as one whole. And then if we let it go past the United States and let our sovereignty fly away from the whole region, I mean, it's a spat in the face of everything that everyone's been trying for, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a big topic. Like immigration is big. Immigrants are important. Not to say it's they're not. My parents were immigrants, so I wouldn't be here without them. Right? Pretty much everyone in the United States right now are descendants of immigrants. But how
Right.
we handle that, our borders, how our sovereignty. Like if you look at, I forgot where it was. I think it was in Dutch. Basically, someone was wearing a pig hat, and he got arrested for wearing a pig hat because the people who came through the borders were offended by it. Maybe
That
they're
sounds like something an SJW would do.
yeah. I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't want like that shit to happen.
Right.
Here in America. I mean, if that happened here in America, people will be losing their shit.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the things I'd point out is, like our language, it's an organism that grows and changes with the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so our populations also should grow and change with the time. And so, whether you regulate certain people in or out or whatever you might do to make sure that the in group is still happy, that doesn't mean that you should never stop and close off your area. It's dangerous.
Yep.
But then at the same time, regulating it so that it's a natural flow over decades long period where people don't feel like they've been invaded, and at the same time, letting people come in who love your country and want to actually make it better. That's there's a real nuance with it. And we've kind of strayed away from that. Not even that we've really even had it, to be honest, but it's just there's a certain just the right level of it, like you guys talk about. It's definitely a complex issue that should be dealt with in depth, as all of these issues are.
Yeah.
But like one thing I want to bring back that you were talking about was the censorship thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I'm concerned, when it's as bad as murder for me, in my opinion, because that's the last defense that any one of us have before we're done.
Yeah.
To be able to speak out and say, look, this happened to me. And I think everyone should have their shot to bring their truth to the table so that we can decide yes or no. Is this a fact? Isn't it? Why not? Whatever. And if anyone advocates for censorship, that's it. They're not legitimate in my book.
Yep. I agree. I mean, First Amendment, Second Amendment, you're basically defending what you have with your voice. That's the communication before you go and reach your gun, your shotgun, your whatever weapon that you have, your Second Amendment rights, right? So it doesn't have to resort to violence. The first thing you do is speak out, and it doesn't have to escalate. But if you don't have that, it's going to go to the escalation first, right? We don't want that. So First Amendment is very important.
Yeah,
true.
And if we can keep people airing out their grievances through words, like you said, it's just that is the best way to keep people, even if something pisses you off, if you can just bitch about it, then everything's okay.
Yeah. Everyone needs an outlet too. They need a vent. I think keeping it all in all the time also doesn't help anyone else either. And sometimes the ones who vent out when they lash out, it's just someone that's close to them that cares about them. You don't want to lash out, to someone you care about, and it happens. We're all human. So I also want to thank people who just came in. Taylor, I didn't thank you last week. I don't think, but I mean, you did great job bringing in a Texas candidate, and also going into journalism, which is something that's probably looked down upon, at least mainstream media, and it's a hard one to keep going in. But it's we got to respect the people who are going for it. Kevin, you and your crazy ways, yeah, what you say is awesome. We'll leave it at that. I like you in here. Tech Move, you've got some great insight and supportive. Jake comes in and out, but I always see him retweeting. Thank you, Jake. Who am I forgetting that? Oh, Ditzy. I said thank you last week to Ditzy. Thank you again. Definitely. Everyone on that's still here. Thank you. So, oh man, thanking people feels nice. I think I hope I'm still thanking people like a year from now, and hopefully a year from now things are better. It's hard to strategize and be an activist in a way, because we can't be like being an activist against a huge enemy, if you call it an enemy. Hey, how's it going? 2 and 5.
It's Shirley.
Hey, Shirley.
I'm on cloud 9.
Has the party ended yet, or are you guys still celebrating?
Well, the parade and stuff is over. It was awesome. It was so awesome. Our first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I can't believe Jason Kelsey let the crowd carry him out there in the parade. It was crazy. He was dressed up in some costume.
Yeah.
And riding a bike.
and it's the best way to win too against the Patriots. Nobody likes the Patriots. And I'm sure people
South Park made fun of the Patriots many times.
Yeah. I'm sure people who aren't Eagles fans are still probably happy that they won.
Yeah, a lot of people that are Eagles fans happy that we beat the Patriots.
Hey, wait. I think I might have to do one censorship rule. I think I'm going to have to kick you out, Shirley. No Eagles fans. Yeah, I'm just kidding. That ain't going to happen.
And Hard Bastard probably was at the parade too, because he's from my area somewhere.
Oh, he is? Oh,
yeah.
Cool. I didn't know.
He said he was going to the parade. Yep.
If he was wearing his shades and his little outfit, you could probably spot him out. But yeah, he's dressing the part. I kind of dig it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's different. Like before, someone's got to tell him how to stream it better than 480p, because when you see him, you can't see the screen anymore, and a lot of it has to do with when he's browsing or showing video content, and you could read what's on the screen. And when it shows him and then the screen, you just can't see the browser, the writing anymore.
Oh.
So I don't know. You should try to meet up with him, Hard Bastard. See if you guys could talk about stuff, because you're basically a library of independent media knowledge, Shirley, and mainstream media knowledge, because your husband still watches stuff, and you know what he watches, and you're probably like,
get triggered.
Oh, even better.
Oh man. So maybe that's your mission, Shirley. Get your husband off of mainstream media. Maybe we all have.
I'm trying my damnness.
Yeah. Maybe that's like our mission 1, right? Get a family member to detach from mainstream media.
Well, that's something that I don't even know how the heck I'm gonna, like, I guess the best way to put it is, my dad and other people will watch like TV or watch NBC or something, and well, you know, obviously there's like a big detachment there, but you know, from what he knows to what I know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just like, how does how do people manage to watch both? You know what I mean? It's hard to know. All right, so this is what happened, so we know exactly what happened, and then we know, you know, what that source said, and then we can see the spins actually taking place. But then all, you know, to have all the time to go through that whole process, there's a whole lot that happens. You know what I mean? And then there's 5 to 10 different spins on the same source, and it's just it's way out there. I can't even follow it. But you see people like Hard Bastard or all these people that are just amazing, you know, and bring even stuff that's true, you know, about the opinions of what people had on something that it's just amazing. All of you guys are amazing. So
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're amazing as
And
well.
look, and look at that. MSNBC hired Brennan.
Who?
John Brennan.
Oh,
Yeah.
who?
Didn't ABC hire like Chris Christie? Now he's gonna be a pundit. That's gonna be the funny thing. People are gonna call him fake news now, and that's gonna be the great thing.
No, ABC hired Christie.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna be reading fake news.
You know, if I ever get a chance to get on fake news, and you know, it's like Chris Christie, you know, I just make references to bridges all day long during our conversations. Like, yeah, just because you know the Bridgegate thing that he was involved in as governor. So I just keep, just like when what's his name was keep making fun of Jenks.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cenk Uygur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So James is on. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, and we'll see you guys there.
Okay, one more thing. Like the only thing, you know, that I still love to bring up to this very day, the day that he fucking closed out the beach for his fucking self.
Oh yeah,
that was like
yeah.
That to me is like that to me is like gold right there. 100% pure gold. Because I still find, you know what? I still find it very funny to this day.
Yeah.
He closed down the beach.
Wow.
Yeah, he closed down the beach for himself, so no one had to shame him. You know, they could shame him on anything, especially political.
Yeah.
Because you know how he gets, you know, offended because, you know, he's part of the establishment. You know, he gets triggered and, you know, all that other crap.
Yeah. All right.
I'll
see you guys over at James's.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
thank you,
thank you.
Yvonne. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you for everyone coming on. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Love you all. See you at James' channel.
Bye.
Alrighty.